Big 82-80 win at home on your senior night. You go off for a new career high with 35, 8 of 10 from three-point range. Just tell me how you're feeling right now.
I'm just so happy we got the win. It's been a while, but I was telling the guys earlier, we started conference off with a win, so might as well end it with a win. So we're just all super happy and have great momentum going into the conference tournament.
Now in the first half, Portland was able to get up by 10, and you guys were able to whittle it down, get down to 4 at halftime, and then you guys really broke out in the second half. What were you guys able to do as an offense to just take over the game like that?
Yeah, I think we showed it a lot in that Washington State game last time. It's just we get down, but this team shows no stopping. We always fight back. So we just find a rhythm, and we can put up a lot of points.
Now, you guys started all the seniors today. Get Benji in there, Steven, Devin, and you and Dom. What was it like for you guys all just take the court together in that one last time here in the JCP?
Yeah, that was special. I just got here this year, but those guys are my brothers, and I feel like we're really connected. So it was really awesome that Coach let us all go out there together.
Now looking ahead to next week, a new season starts with the WCC tournament. You guys are going to head out to Vegas. Just what are you looking forward from your team and what you guys are able to do to get the next season started?
Yeah, it's March. We're 1-0 in March, and this is the most fun time of the year. So I'm excited to just get postseason and see what happens.
Thanks, Kody.
Thank you.
Coach, big 82-80 win at home on senior night to take down Portland and in the regular season with a big conference dub. Just overall, your thoughts on the game as a whole?
Yeah, number one, just couldn't be more pleased for our team to get a win. We've been in the desert, as we say, in terms of getting back to the winner's circle. But it's a group that comes to every practice and comes to every game with a great mindset, an attitude. They care about one another. They work hard. We've been in nearly every game this year. We fight back as well as any team I've coached, but we haven't been able to punch through. And tonight is significant because it's senior night, and we're also in March. We're 1-0 in the month of March, and we're headed over to Vegas to play in that West Coast Conference tournament. But to close out conference play with a win's important, to do it in March as we carry this momentum over to the West Coast Conference tournament.
Now, one of the stars today was one of your seniors, Kody Clouet, 35 points, new career high, 8 of 10 from three-point range. Really sparked you guys in the first half. Just overall, what did you see from him out there tonight?
Kody's emblematic of our team in terms of he's overcome adversity. He had a back injury that he's battled through, showing a lot of grit. As you know, backs and back injuries make it very difficult, and for an athlete, even more so. And so he's finding his rhythm and starting to really string together some impressive shooting performances. And we're a different team when we shoot the ball well from the perimeter. It opens up lanes for us to be able to drive the ball downhill. It also creates better space and more time for our bigs on their post catches because teams then have to pick their poison in terms of helping in the post where you give up the three, or if you tag that three, our bigs are going to be able to go to work down low. So Kody's poise and maturity, like a great older brother, has been a real asset, and in particular in a season where things aren't going well. Sport in its purest form, as I told the players after the game, is a metaphor for life. And I think our guys have really demonstrated important virtues and values. We're not into moral victories by any means, and we want to win. We're very competitive in terms of our mindset. But sometimes in life, things don't go your way, and how you respond says a lot about your character. And we've got high character kids in our program, and that's our foundation as we move forward.
Now, two guys that really sparked you guys off the bench were Tony and David. They were both plus 14 and plus 13 respectively to help start that run to get back into the game. Just what did you see from the impact they provided? Boy,
there were so many contributors. Devin Dawkey was outstanding, but to get that lift from David Simon at both ends of the court, his presence was felt and made some big baskets. Gathered himself well in terms of keeping his balance on that lob play, came down with it, got to the other side of the rim for an important layup and a crucial stretch of the game. Tony gets downhill well off the bounce. He's also got a terrific mid-range game, and he's a threat from behind the three-point line and a 90% free throw shooter. So he's really coming on and maturing, in particular with his decision-making and the poise and judgment when it's shot selection. That's something he's worked on, not forcing shots. He can get shots up in a hurry. He's a microwave, And I want him to be aggressive, but to also show good judgment and to play with purpose. And then defensively, he's playing with more tenacity. And earlier in the year, some teams or opponents were picking on him, whether it was posting him up or putting him into ball screens. And now he's dictating more defensively by being aggressive.
Now tonight, you guys honored 5 seniors pregame. You were able to get all of them to start tonight. Just what will that group mean to you as a whole and looking back on their careers here at USD?
Yeah, as we talk about the seniors, one that I want to highlight right now is Devin Dawkey. 10 points tonight, 5 assists, 0 turnovers, 4 steals. He was a game changer. And again, just so many significant contributors. And our seniors are going to earn their degrees. They care about one another. They love this university. They represent this university in a first-class manner. They're not perfect. They're 18 to 22-year-olds. But I couldn't be more pleased of the way this group represents the University of San Diego and our men's basketball program, both on the court and off the court. There's a lot of things that casual fans may not be aware of in terms of charitable activities. And service is an important value of this university. It's a Catholic school with Catholic values. And our players working with young people, working with people that have disabilities. There's some things that really touch the heart. As a head coach, just like a parent or a teacher, you're most proud of your players' development, not just as athletes, but as human beings. And our kids have a lot of compassion for one another and for other people that are going through challenging situations. And again, drawing that parallel, that analogy of how in sports, struggle is often where the growth is. And I think this team has grown as young men and as a team.
Now looking ahead to next week, you mentioned earlier you're going to be playing in the West Coast Conference Tournament in Las Vegas. Just preview that for us as you guys begin the next part of your season as March has arrived.
Yeah, it's a reset. Championship week is about everyone going back to 0-0. If you won 30 games or you lost 30 games, everyone goes back to 0-0. And you're given a certain number of days, depending on the size of your conference, 4 or 5 days in Las Vegas. And if you can string together some wins, suddenly you have an opportunity to punch your ticket and go to the NCAA tournament. Now, with the season we've had, we are not going to be a favorite. No one's expecting us to go in there. The odds makers wouldn't have USD as a team that could win the West Coast Conference tournament. But we believe in one another, which is more important. And we've demonstrated that we can play with everyone in this conference. Other than maybe St. Mary's, who really took us to the woodshed and dominated us, but they've done that to a number of teams. So that's nothing to hang your head over. It just speaks to how good St. Mary's is. But we'd like another opportunity to play them. But Gonzaga, we played tough. Oregon State, we played tough. Washington State, we played tough. Santa Clara, we played tough. It was a tie game inside of 3 minutes here early in the conference play and had an opportunity to beat them. So our group has great reference points, and they're aware that we've been competitive with every team in conference play. So we've been a little bit of the heartbreak kids, but again, through that struggle, I think we've developed some toughness and some understanding of what goes into winning. And sometimes you have to struggle before you get to a place where you're consistent enough to punch through. Tonight, we're able to do that against Portland.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, take